Okay, welcome to the North Texas Rotary E-Club, Tuesday, September 28th. I'm the president, Howard Berg. We have our treasurer, is Linda. She's in the blue shirt. And is David an officer this year?
He's past president.
He's past president, but I didn't know if he was like...
He's our membership chair.
That's what I want to know. Well, thank you for coming. For those of you who are new to the club, let me tell you a little about what makes our club special. We're in 5 states. Because we're an E-Club, I'm a professional speaker, so sometimes I'm on the road and I can't make a meeting. We record all of our meetings, so if you can't make a meeting, you can always watch it on YouTube later on, which makes it very easy for people who are busy and can't commit to being somewhere every single week, which is what I couldn't do. I'm here most of the time because I book the speakers and I run most of the meetings, but occasionally I have to speak, so I'm able to let Linda run it, and then we watch the video later. It's also a less expensive club, because most of the clubs, they'll have a meal that could be anywhere from $10 to $30 a plate. We don't have a meal because you're online, so you save that. A lot of the clubs will have like a happy dollar basket. We don't have a basket, we're online, so you save that. So overall, you end up saving about $2,000-$3,000 a year being a member of our club. But the good news is if you're a member of any club, you can go to any other club. So if there's like a local club you want to visit, you're a Rotarian, they'll let you in as a visitor. So it gives you access to all of the Rotary clubs in the world. It's very less expensive. It takes a lot less of your time because you can go online on your phone, and it's very convenient, and especially if you're busy and you don't know where you're going to be from one week to the next. So you get all the advantages of a regular club. We do all kinds of activities and service projects around the world. I'll give an example. I'm training the wounded warriors in November. I'm the world's fastest reader, and I'm training them on how to learn once a year through Rotary, so they don't kill themselves. They have 20 young people killing themselves every day. And I said, when I trained the special forces, they told me about it. I said, why? They said they can't find jobs, so they have a GI Bill. They don't know how to learn. So I'm doing that through the club, and we do a lot of nice things around the world. Linda will tell you a little more about that. She's involved a lot with the projects, but that's what makes it such a nice group. It's very nice people, friendly people, but it takes a lot less work and effort to be in this club than most of the other clubs. You still get all the benefits, and you also get to do service projects and help people. So that's what I liked about it, the flexibility, that it wasn't as rigid. You didn't feel bad if you missed a meeting because you knew you were going to watch it anyway later on a video. So I think it's perfect for busy people. It's perfect for people who'd rather maybe donate a little more money to Rotary International than buy a lunch or a dinner. You save a little money. I donate money every year. I'm a Paul Harris Fellow to the foundation to help sponsor Rotary projects like water and education is a big one for me, polio. And because you're saving a lot of money, you can afford to be a little more generous to the the Rotary charity. It's a good thing to do, and we would love to have you as members. We're always looking for new people, and that's just my 2 cents. I just wanted to give you kind of an upside of being in an E-Club. It's really a nice experience, and I've been in meetings from other countries. So has Linda. She attended a meeting when she was in Russia, because you can do it on your phone or on your iPad or on your computer. So no matter where you are in the world, you can always make it to a meeting. Any questions from any of you people on what I just covered? You can unmute yourself and ask them. I'd be happy to answer them if you have any questions or concerns. Rick, do you have a question?
No, not for me.
Okay, because you unmuted. Anyone? Oh, there's Charlotte. Charlotte's one of our officers, and she's our future president. She'll be our president next year. She travels a lot as well. So does anyone else have any questions on what I just covered, or want to know more about the club? I'll be happy to answer them, and then I'll let Linda talk about any new business.
I'd like to talk about what was it?
Okay.
Anyone? Okay,
David, say something.
sure. Get David's our past president.
Wanted to tell them a little bit about what we've got coming up. The next thing is Challenge Air. There we take, the title comes because the children who are challenged. It may be mental, it may be physical. And we go out to an airport, the Rotarians with airplanes, bring their airplane. The kid and a parent or a caretaker, they go up and fly for 20 minutes. They come back. The pilot takes his wings off and puts them on the kid and gives them a certificate. And they really enjoy it.
And you also get to fly the plane.
Yep, they hold the
Yeah.
controls, and then they think if they can fly an airplane, they can do anything.
We had a blind girl who flew the airplane once. But I think I can assure you, I haven't been along, but that the pilot's hands are not very far away from the controls. Anyway,
And then on October, that's on October 30th. On the 29th, we do a Halloween party for the Boys and Girls Club in Grand Prairie. And last year we just provided refreshments. We don't know how it's going to be this year, but we will be supplying refreshments.
Howard's been there several times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Howard is our Guinness record of the world's fastest speed reader, so 25,000 words a minute. So he teaches the kids a few things on how to remember numbers and things like that. So
I could do Zoom. I could go on and Zoom or something if you put a computer there.
if they let us in,
We're still trying to figure out how it's going to work.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
COVID and the mask and the social distancing.
And tell them about the TB project we're doing in Mexico.
okay, well, that's going to be down at the end of, between Christmas and New Year's. We go down to Harlingen, Texas, down in the valley at the very tip of Texas, and we work with the Texas Department of Health Services in the binational program. Texas pays for nurses to administer the medicine that the Mexican government provides, but these are very low-income people, and they're multi-drug resistant TB patients. And so we go down, and we have a Rotarian now in Brownsville that goes over and meets the nurses in Matamoros. They go shopping at Walmart. We found we get better value for our money there. And then they get all the list of items that the health department has put together for us. And then the nurses distribute it to, it'll be 40 families, and it's about 160 people because there's an average of 4 people per family. And so we do that, and if there's enough funds left over, we do that twice, 1st of January and the 1st of February.
It costs about $1 a day to feed a family in Mexico.
For a month. It's
A day.
a day per month per child. Anyway, it's $30 basically a family for a month. And so we've got 6 other clubs that are helping us this year, from Houston, Mission, Texas, E-Club of Central Texas, Hobby Airport area, Mission, Texas, did I say that? Houston, Austin University area, and McKinney. And so we have like 6 other clubs helping us out this year. We're just submitting a grant. So hopefully we'll have around $1,800, and that'll be 2 months food for 40 families.
And
We
then
also work with orphans. You do the orphan event once a year.
Oh yeah, we're working with Child Protective Services and having a Christmas event for the challenge kids. And they will get us a list of names by the 23rd of October. Then we will distribute those to the Rotarians. We usually have like 25 names. I've already got 10 names, but you spend no more than $25. And we hopefully will have it in person and to distribute the gifts. And if Santa Clauses are available, they're on a call, so we don't know if we can get one or not, but they will distribute the gifts. And we're trying to get a thank you package together for the caseworkers. So that's between now and the end of the year.
And probably we'll work at Salvation Army again.
Oh yeah, we have a Salvation Angel Tree. If you're not familiar with that, let us know. We'll tell you about it. So Anyway, but that's about all. I guess it's about time for our speakers.
Yes. Let me get her introduced. I just wanted the people who are here for the first time to get a sense of, well, why would we want to be a member of that club? What does it do? And what's in it for me? And I thought that was important to include for tonight. So I'm going to read the script for Juliet. Juliet is a thought leader, entrepreneur, and published author who's passionate about empowering people to achieve the highest standards of their purpose. She's the founder and CEO of, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but it looks like Januri, a company that equips students, professionals, and business owners with the tools and resources to be successful in the different areas of their lives. In November of 2019, Juliet authored and published Sharing My Lens, the college experience, in which she shares some of the gems that proved to be valuable in achieving an engaging academic experience throughout college. Juliet is also the CEO of NeuroLens, a wooden eyewear collection with blue light blocking solutions in each pair that celebrates individuality, self-expression, and each person's calling to be impactful, all in a pair of frames. Given her experience, she's intentional about being an agent of motivation, inspiration, and encouragement to the world around her. Juliet, I'm going to turn it over to you. If you would like to do PowerPoint, that's optional. There's a button on the bottom in the middle. If you hover, it says share screen, and you are free to do that if you choose to. And if you don't, that's okay. It's about 7:15. The speaker goes around 20 to 30 minutes. And we welcome you to our club. I will mute myself so that you don't get any background noise while you're talking, but we're all here.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for having me. I'm a little bit unprepared, as I thought this was going to be more of a podcast or question interview platform, but that is okay. I'm a preacher's kid, so I guess I'm able to speak impromptu. So yes, my name is Juliet Nelson. And one thing I'm extremely passionate about is really living your life with purpose. And I'll speak a little bit about that. I am quite young with a very old soul. And I'm grateful to have not only been raised by my amazing parents, but, have been poured in with a lot of wisdom by my grandparents as well. So one thing I've learned about purpose is that purpose is something that belongs to you and no one can take it away, right? I remember applying for a program manager job at my daytime employer. It was for a program management role, and I remember not landing the role. And of all the things and all the job interviews that I've sat through, I remember getting a call and being denied the position and crying at the end of it. Again, I've been denied positions. I coach people on job prep. So for me, I always tell them, if you did not get the role, it doesn't mean that you weren't good enough. It also means that the job wasn't good enough for you, because there's something called job person fit. So when you apply for an opportunity, no matter what it is, sometimes it's not just because you didn't fit the bill, but there's a culture there, right? There's an organizational culture. There are different characteristics that you bring to the table. And sometimes when you're so out of the box, right? And maybe that organization is too much in the box, it doesn't work, right? And so back to the story where I was almost, I guess, taken aback or even offended. And what it was that offended me was the person saying, well, you have the potential to be a program manager. We just wanted some more experience in this particular department. And it struck me so hard. And I remember calling my father in tears and saying, Daddy, since I was a kid, you only called me president, doctor, or lawyer. So how dare someone tell me I have the potential to become just a program manager? And with that, it struck me that with potential, we tend to kind of use that to define how we see other people, right? That's why they say you don't make friends or you don't date people, you don't marry people for potential. Usually you take someone at face value, how you see them, how you receive them, because you can say someone has the potential, hey, to be an astronaut, a president, whatever it is, but that's man given, right? But whether you believe in God, Buddha, a tree, Allah, Muhammad, whatever it is, your purpose is something that's given to you and no one can take it away, right? And I know as a kid, I wanted to be a teacher like my father, and I threw it away for a very trivial reason. We had Superintendent's Day. It was one of like the training and development days for the teachers. I came back into schools thinking the teachers also got the day off, just like the rest of us kids. And I was in the 6th grade. And when we asked our teacher how she spent her day off, she said, no, we had to come in for training. You guys only get a day off. I was mortified. I was devastated. I said, these kids are not about to get one day off and I have to come into work. And this is little sixth grader me. And I said, I'm throwing it away. But along my life's journey, I grew to be a choir director, children's choir director of, over 100 children, purpose, being able to teach and empower others and pour into others. I ended up becoming a teacher in South Korea, teaching English to people who didn't speak the same language as me, who were of a different culture, a different background, not only teaching them English, but also teaching them about my lived experiences, right? Being able to connect with another group of human beings who you could learn from and who could learn from you. And then I grew to work professionally in training and development and so on and so forth. And so while I was so focused on a title of being a classroom teacher as a little 6th grader, little did I know that my purpose was to empower and to pour into people as an educator and to teach them, maybe not specifically about math, science, and social studies, but about life, but about professional development, but about academic development. And so when we speak about purpose, that is one thing I want to leave with you. No matter your background, no matter your age, think of purpose as just something that belongs to you that you cherish. And it might look very different, right? As children, I'm pretty sure everybody was asked when they were a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? And we come up with all of these big titles. I remember asking one of my students what he wants to do, not what he wants to be. And he said he wants to play Fortnite. And I said, forever? And he said, yes. And he couldn't wait until he got off the lesson because that's what he was going to do, play Fortnite. And I remember tapping into that and saying, what if you helped other kids or made games for other kids to play games like Fortnite? And that piqued his interest, right? When we're kids, there's so much focus on titles, not enough focus on the behavior, the purpose, the vision, the goal, right? And so that being said, with our purpose, it allows us to fill so many different shoes. It allows us to not always have to live this linear path, right? That's defined by society, by a group of individuals or whatever, but it allows us to really grow within of ourselves. It allows us to strive to be the best that we can be because everybody has the potential to achieve their purpose in different ways. So I'll share that one thing with you. The next thing, learning. I remember sitting through a sermon and my pastor said, no one stops learning until the day they die. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. I am a learner of my life's journey. And I'm currently on my way to completing my PhD. But I will tell you this much, my family and my friends, they're tired of me because they know that I've already identified the next academic experience and academic journey that I want to embark on. But, of course, society trains us to say, hey, we have to go to college and so on and so forth. Thank you so much, Ashley. We have to go to college. And I am a very big supporter of college. But all the more, I'm a big supporter of learning. My father always tells me, if you fail, if you didn't try and you failed, then it's your fault. But if you tried your best and you failed, then I'll hear you out. With that being said, there's so much opportunity for us to learn because if we do not learn, we therefore don't grow. And that being said, whether it's YouTube, whether it's having conversation with someone else, whether it's reading books, whether it's college, whether it is trade school, everybody has the opportunity to learn, to evolve and to grow. I know for myself, what kept me straight on my journey, my academic journey, especially in undergrad, was first and foremost seeing my mother in her 40s walk across the stage to accept her master's degree. And you know, it was something I always kept in my mind. I remember I was 14 when I saw that. I was such a proud kid. I love graduations. I'm one of those people who are the loudest family member and friend at graduation. I've been asked by strangers to cheer their children on that didn't know me because I was there and I was cheering my own family. But all to say, I really love graduations. And so in undergrad, when I was in undergrad, I always had to keep this visual in my mind of my 14-year-old self seeing my mother walk across the stage to accept a master's degree and telling myself, if she can do it, I can do it too. And then I ended up in courses and in library study sessions and so on and so forth with people who were 2, 3, 4 times my age at that time. And they're like, listen, I'm trying to get my nursing degree. I'm trying to get I came back to school and I'm trying to finish and I will stop at nothing. 70s, 80s, you know, and here's me at that age and I'm tired of it and I want to quit. But that always stayed within me because it reminded me that no matter where you are on your life's journey, there's always an opportunity for you to learn. I know these days sometimes, you know, millennials and Generation Z and Generation Alpha now, there's a lot of this narrative of, well, we don't need college to start a business and we don't need college to accomplish A and accomplish B. And while that has a lot of validity, you know, we also refer to our Mark Zuckerbergs and our Bill Gates, who dropped out of who dropped out of college, you know, to achieve their dreams of becoming entrepreneurs and so on and so forth. But the narrative that's not mentioned is that these same entrepreneurs also went to Ivy League schools. These same entrepreneurs read about 100 books a year, if not more, whether it's audiobooks, whether it's physical books. These same individuals are constantly pouring into themselves. These same individuals probably have what's equivalent or more of a doctorate degree, because even while they said, hey, college is not for me and I want to do Facebook and I want to do Microsoft and I want to do all these different things, I still have the capacity and I still have the ability to learn and I still have the ability to evolve. And that being said, you know, we see the fruits of their labor. No matter how much we like them or dislike how they conduct business, the reality is they've been able to demonstrate not just their genius, but their ability to learn and to evolve, right? Because of their knack for wanting to just know more, for wanting to explore more. One thing that always makes me laugh is how all these other companies come up with these cool features, Snapchat, right? And then all of a sudden Instagram and WhatsApp and Facebook come up with stories, right? And then all of a sudden we have TikTok and now Instagram's coming out with Reels. And you see that, you know, Facebook, you know, you can see the constant desire to learn. You know, some people might take it as, you know, stealing ideas. But in a way, it's constantly this desire to say, okay, how can I do better for myself? How can I add to my craft? How can I be better? How can I evolve? How can we evolve as an organization? And I think that really speaks to us as human beings, right? There's a book called Grit, and I think it's so powerful. And I remember the author is her name is Angela Duckworth, and I remember her doing a TED Talk. And she spoke about basically sitting in a class, teaching a class of students where the smartest kids with what would be perceived the smartest kids with the higher IQs, they didn't always perform the best. It was those with the lower IQs who performed the best because they had this level of determination to constantly learn, to constantly grow, to constantly do more. And that speaks to our brain because our brains have the capacity to continually evolve and continually develop. And with that being said, that's where our grit comes in. When we know that we have the capacity to continue growing and to continue evolving, we'll always keep ourselves in a space to learn, to soak in more information, no matter how it is. My bestest friends in the world, outside of my best friend in the military, are those who are much older than I am and those who are much younger than I am. I have 5 godchildren, and they're very little people, and they're my favorite human beings in the world. And then there's my grandparents, who are also my favorite human beings in the world, because there's so much I can learn from a little kid as well as someone who is much older than I am. You have someone who's much older than I am or than you are, who can really share their life experiences with you, right? Share how life was prior to when you were born, or prior to an era that you're not aware of. But then there's these little kids and their innocence. And being a children's choir director, I can recall days where I came in having a really bad day at work, having a really stressful day, whatever it was, school, work, or just adulting. And then you have this little kid walking into children's choir rehearsal who comes in with maybe a busted lip or a bruised knee. And you ask them what happened and they say, oh, they fell at gym, or a kid pushed them and they cried. But they're still coming in with all the amount of joy on their face and in their hearts, and you can't understand why. And then you ask them and they're just like, I'm just happy. And even that has taught me so much about just being able to cherish some of the simple things in life. Just knowing that you have your family and friends is enough, right? Sometimes those are the things that just are enough to carry you through the day, in spite of being an adult and you know, whether it's being in COVID, family, friends passing away, keeping food on the table, school or work being stressful, you have children who are able to remind you that sometimes you can just smell the flowers and appreciate just some of the precious things in life that you can be grateful for. So all to say, everyone has an opportunity to grow. Everyone has an opportunity to learn. And no matter what stage you are in your life, you can learn, whether from a child, whether from a middle-aged person, whether from a young person, whether from someone who is more senior than you are. And I was asked to speak learning, growth, and achieving purpose. So I think I covered the three key things. Remember that everyone is capable of achieving their purpose. Everyone here has a purpose. You may not understand it fully, at 10, you may not have understood it fully at 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever years old, but everybody is capable of achieving their purpose and walking in their purpose. If your purpose is to help people, you can help people as a nurse, you can help people as a lawyer, you can help people as the garbage man or woman, you can help people as a mail carrier, you can just help someone by putting a smile on your face and saying good morning. Right? And that's how you achieve your purpose. And another lesson, as well as what I shared, is everybody has the capacity to learn and to grow. One of the quotes that I mentioned in my book is life is a learning experience, a learning journey. And every opportunity you have to learn, you grow. And once you stop learning, you stop growing. And that's my short TED Talk for today.
You did a very good job considering you didn't expect to do it. So that makes you a real professional and a good speaker. So I want to congratulate you. Does anyone have any questions? I had my dog came over and I had to let him out. That's what I didn't want to get up. But when they do that, if you don't get up, you're sorry afterwards. So
that is all right.
What is the name of your book?
The name of my book is Sharing My Lens, The College Experience. And it speaks on all the gems that I wish I knew going into college. I do find that people who graduated college, have never gone to college, are going through grad school and so on and so forth, have also benefited from the book as well, because I cover a variety of topics. So
it's one of those that was late in going to college, so I didn't graduate till was it 1985, I guess. I waited.
But the important thing is you graduated, you finished, and that's all that matters.
Night school 5 days a week or 6 days a week for 7 years, a year round.
And that's all that matters. You finished, and I'm proud of you for doing that.
So anyway, well, Zane had to leave us, but Rick, do you want to tell us anything about yourself? Pretty much.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this is Rick Kilstreet. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. Graduated from University of Evansville, Indiana, School, and
It's hard to hear you, Rick. Can
It's fading in and out.
Okay, let me take off these earbuds. I'll just talk about it. Hold on one second.
that's
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
much better.
Is that better?
Much better.
Okay. I moved to the Dallas area in 1996. I worked for IBM for about 30 years. Semi-retired and went to work for Edward Jones as a financial advisor. That's what I do now. I'm married. I have a 24-year-old son. I have a 16-year-old daughter who's a junior in high school. She goes to Hebron High School. We live over in Carrollton. My wife is in the pharmacy business, and I've been looking for opportunities. I've always had a heart to serve and to help others who are less fortunate and try to uplift people. And I've been hearing about Rotary for a long time, and I think I'm at a point in life now where it's just time to start giving back and serving others as opposed to just serving myself. So that's why I'm here.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you, and hopefully you can join in with us and go do some of our activities that we mentioned.
I look forward to it.
And that's what I liked about Rotary. It's a lot of selfishness in the world today. It's like, if it's nothing in it for me, why would I do it? And Rotary is about how can I help, and it isn't just about me. And it's a lot of people in Rotary are like that. So I think you'll find you have a home in Rotary. Hopefully you'll choose our home, but if you don't, Rotary itself is a very good organization to be part of.
Howard mentioned that you can go to any Rotary Club if once you're a member. I have visited physically over about 175. I've gone to about 100. And you learn so much by going to other clubs. I mean, this is worldwide. And now that I visit, and I visited in Australia and Austria, Germany, Belgium, England, and you make lifelong friends. And there's always something coming up, and we have an international convention coming up next June, the first week of June in Houston. And I've been to 15 of those. I've been in Rotary for 32 years, and I'm a past district governor. That means we have the local and then the district and then the region, and but I'm a district governor. We had 69 clubs when I was governor, so I had the opportunity to visit each of those clubs and do their activities. And I was a group study exchange leader to England for a month. I took a group of 4 ladies, and we visited businesses while we were over there. They came over here and visited their businesses. So it was a great opportunity. So we hope you do consider Rotary and consider us. And we do appreciate your attendance tonight.
And you're welcome to come again if you would like.
Thank you.
Ashley, did you have any more to tell us about you? You used to be in the Arlington Downtown Club?
Yes, so I actually was in the Arlington Downtown Club for 3 years, and I was a co-chair for the Rotary Youth Leadership Program. I actually graduated from that program as a youth myself, so long history of Rotary.
Ryla here in Dallas taking kids, you haul them out there.
Yes,
because they don't want to come home.
They know.
Well,
It
I
was
was
great. I got to be at, we were in Denton, I think it was 2019, and we went to Denton, and I got to be there we sponsored 3 girls, and I got to kind of mentor them and coach them through the process, and then actually participate in some of the activities while we were there. It was really cool.
Well, I was the Ryla person in our club when I lived in Dallas, but I moved. So if you join, you could probably take up that position, and you can work with the Ryla kids in the district. That would be really nice. I enjoy doing it, but I live in Florida. It's not.
Oh yeah, I would love to. It's actually right up the line of work that I do. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, so I'm really big into giving back to my community. So
That
I'm
would be
always
great.
something.
We need a new Ryla person that can go to the meeting. There's an annual meeting, and they tell you all about Ryla, as you know, because you were in Ryla. And
Yeah.
I went every year for many years, but now that I'm in Florida, it's really hard for me to make those meetings. And we could certainly use someone with your background to do that, and it'll give you a chance to work with those young people again that you were part of, and help give them the kind of future you're having. And that's what Ryle is for.
Definitely.
You know, Don Rivas? Don Rivas? Don Rivas.
Yes, I know Mr. Don.
Yeah, he's a friend of ours.
Oh, wow, okay. Let's see, so I know Mr. Don, and I know a lot of people from both the Arlington and Denton clubs.
Okay.
So a lot of them, so many names. So I'm familiar with Mr. Don's really helpful. He actually helped me a little bit when I was getting adjusted to our Arlington's club.
Oh, good,
He's a
good.
good guy.
He's really good. He and Carolyn, and then what's her name, McDuff from Dick Mary?
And Mary, is it Mary?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Mary Beth? It's Mary Beth or is something like that.
Mary Ann, I think, or something.
Mary Ann.
Different
Yeah,
district.
but, yeah, it's a different district, but we still talk.
Yeah, no, you know what's crazy is that before I met her in Rotary, I met her in my previous role. I used to work, we started a veteran program. I'm a veteran myself, but we started a whole veteran community program in Denton. Oh, my honor, I loved it.
Service.
I was in the Navy.
David's Navy.
Ah, thank you for your service too, and thank you for your support.
And you can come to my program. Let me give you I'm going to go and chat. This is, I'm doing a free program for the Wounded Warriors, but it's also for veterans. Go to berglearning.com/warrior. It's my 4-hour speed reading program. That's like a couple of $1,000, but I'm doing it for free for
wow.
veterans
I would
and
love to do
Wounded
that.
Warriors, to help them so they can find employment. And you'd be more than welcome to come as a guest, and certainly anyone in our club who's watching this is welcome to come as well. I have 5,000 seats. I'm not worried about it filling up. Usually I get between 50 and 100 people, so it leaves me like another 4,900 open spots, and I'm happy to invite veterans and people from Rotary to help them as well.
Definitely, I would love to come out and support it virtually.
It's online, yeah. It doesn't cost anything. It'll double the rate at which you learn. It'll help you a lot with your graduate programs that you're doing now. I did a 4-year psych program in 1 year. It'll help you a lot.
Oh, wow.
It'll help
I
you
think
a lot.
that would be very helpful because those articles are thick.
Yes, that's what it's. I designed it for me to major in psych and bio. I had a lot of science courses, so it was very high level learning. So you'll find it very helpful. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to cover tonight?
My grandniece was supposed to have gone to Saudi Arabia this week. She's in the Air Force, but because of the Afghanistan thing, they've delayed it to the end of October. So her husband will have a 1-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son to take care of for 6 months. And she's going to a new base in Saudi, and so basically she said they'll be sleeping in tents. So anyway, keep her in your prayers.
Any other news or anything else we need to discuss before we close out our meeting tonight?
Say hi to Charlotte.
Yes,
Charlotte, how are you doing? Did she leave us?
I think she's muted.
No, I was muted, so I had to get up there. I'm doing okay, doing all right, hanging out down here in Mobile.
Oh, you're in Mobile? Okay. Okay, getting your house done?
Yeah,
Good. Send us some pictures.
yeah.
She's our president-elect.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Let us know. It looks like you have a bandwidth is
We've got a
low.
place to stop.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, now we have a place to stop on the way to
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
I feel bad.
Right. Well, I want to thank everyone for coming. We'll do the 4-way test of the things we think, say, and do, and we'll close out our meeting. And Ashley and Rick, hopefully you'll consider joining and come back. If you're not sure yet, you're welcome to join another one of our meetings to see what we do. There's some
And
really
you're
great
very
speakers like
invited.
Juliet. We get good speakers. And I know a lot of speakers myself because I speak. So we get good speakers. And there was a very good, I know you muted, Juliet, but you did a very nice job. I think you should be very proud. That was impromptu, off the top, and that shows that you're a professional. So I wanted to let you know I appreciate what you did tonight. So there's the four-way test that we use in Rotary, and here's what it is. The first thing is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? And we used to say also, will it be fun? We always do the fun one at the end. So thank you everyone for coming. Hopefully we'll see you again. It's in 2 weeks. We go every second and fourth Tuesday of the month, which is another nice thing about our club. It doesn't require every single week of your life to be there. It gives you a little more time for other things, but still enough that you can give something back to the community and not be overwhelmed by the responsibility of Rotary. It's a nice balance. I like it. Thank you all for coming. Linda, let me know if you need anything else from me. I gave you what you asked for, and I'll see you all at the next meeting. That's it. Meeting
Bye-bye.
adjourned. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.